Let's continue our lecture video series in engineering economics. Now this time, our topic is simple interest. Now when we talk about interest, it is the amount of money paid for the use of borrowed capital or the income produced by money which has been loaned. Now under interest, we have two, the simple interest and the compound interest. But in this video, we will be talking about simple interest. Now, simple interest is calculated using the principal only, ignoring any interest that had been accrued in preceding periods. In practice, simple interest is paid on short-term loans in which the time of the loan is measured in days. Now here are the formulas to remember. For interest, the formula is I is equal to PIN, wherein P is principal or the present worth, I is the rate of interest per interest period, and N is the number of interest period, usually in years. Now, for us to get the accumulated amount or the future worth, well, if we are talking about interest, of course, the money will grow from the principal, which is the present, to the future amount wherein it has gained interest. So, the formula there is future worth is equal to the present worth plus the interest. Deriving, we will be arriving in this formula wherein F is equal to present worth times 1 plus IN. So we will be using these formulas. Now, under simple interest, we have two kinds. We have the first, ordinary simple interest. Now, when we talk about ordinary simple interest, it is based on the basis of 12 months of 30 days each of 360 days a year. So, with 1 month, it's just plain 30 days. So, imagine February is either 28 days or 29 days. But using ordinary simple interest, we will be considering each month, including February, as 30 days. Now, how about the exact simple interest? This is the second one. The exact simple interest is based on exact number of days in a year. 365 days for ordinary year and 366 days for a leap year. Now, for 365 days, February has 28 days, but for 366 days for a leap year, February has 29 days. How do we compute for a leap year? So, leap year, it is a year of 366 days occurring every fourth year. The additional day is February 29. It is a year whose number is exactly divisible by 4, or in the case of century, divisible by 400. So, if you divide the year by 4, then there is no remainder. That is a leap year. Now, let's solve these following examples. Number 1. Determine the ordinary simple interest on 700 pesos for 8 months and 15 days if the rate of interest is 15%. Now, to solve this, it will be easier if we find first what are the given. So the given are, we have this 700 pesos. So 700 pesos is the present worth. So that is P is equal to 700 pesos. Then, what is 15%? Let's go for this 15% first. 15% is the rate of interest I. So that is 15%, or that is 0.15. Now, how about 8 months and 15 days? Take note that we are to consider it in year. So, for the formula, N is being considered in year. So, how do we solve this? For N, it says there 8 months and 15 days. So, we need to go back to the problem. It says there, ordinary simple interest. If we talk about ordinary simple interest, it means the basis is 30 days each month. So, here, we will solve how many days is 8 months and 15 days. First, so that is 8 months. 8 multiplied with 30 days per month, right? So that is 30 days per month plus the 15 days. So N is now equal to 255 days. Now, for us to find the number of years equivalent to 255 days, N is equal to 255 days multiplied with, for ordinary simple interest, here, the interest period says here is 360 days in 1 year. So if we go back, we will put here, for 1 year, we have 360 days. Okay, so that is the N. Now, if we solve for so what is being asked in the problem? It's asking for the interest required, I, or the interest. So, to solve that, I is equal to P-I-N. So, P here is 700 multiplied with I of 0.15 times the N of 255 over 360. So, what is now I? 700 times 0.15 times 255 divided by 360, that is 74.375 pesos. So that is the interest. So that's for number 1. Let's go to number 2. Determine the exact simple interest on 500 pesos for the period from January 10 to October 28, 1996 at 16% interest. So, we're talking about the exact simple interest. So, what are we going to remember about exact simple interest? Is that for exact simple interest, it is based on exact number of days, and we need to determine if the year 1996 is a leap year or not. If it is not a leap year, we will be considering 365 days. If it is a leap year, 366. Okay? So, what is 1996 divided by 4? So, that is 16, so it is divisible with 4. Therefore, it is a leap year. So it is divisible with 4. Divisible by 4. So it is a leap year. Okay, but first, what do we need to do? We need to find the given. Given here is present worth is equal to 500 pesos. Then we have the I of 16%, or that is 0.16. Then N. So this is the part that is time consuming for the exact simple interest. For N, we need to get the exact number of days from January 10 to October 28, 1996. So we have here January 10 up to the end of January. So we have there January 31. So that is equal to 21 days. For January, we have 21 days. Then we have February. It has so we need to first put here January 10 to 31. So this is 21 days. February 1 to 29. We have there 29 days. Then we have March 1 to 31. So we have there 31 days. April. So we have there April 1 to 30. 30 days. May 1 to 31. 31 days. June 1 to 30. So that is 30 days. July 1 to 31. So that is 31 days. And then August is the same with July 1 to 31. And that is 31 days. September 1 to 30. 30 days. And then since it is until October 28 only, so we have here October 1 to 28, and we have here 28 days. That is total of 292 days. So solving for the interest, it's looking for the interest. I is now equal to PIN, present worth of 500, interest of 0.16, then N, the N here is 292 divided by, since it's a leap year, we will be considering 366 days. So that is 366. So I now is equal to 63.83 pesos. So that is for number 2. Next, we have number 3. What will be the future worth of money after 14 months if a sum of 10,000 pesos is invested today at a simple interest rate of 12% per year? So again, we will be putting here the given. So the given here is that present worth is equal to 10,000 pesos. We have I is equal to 12%, or that is 0.12. And then we have N. N is equal to, so it says there 14 months at a simple interest rate. So it's not talking about number of days. So it's just plain and simple 14 months. So we will not be computing for days. Therefore, what we will put here is that 14 months convert to how many years? So in 1 year, we have 12 months. So notice, there's no more computation for days. We will just cancel out month here, and then we have 14 over 12. Are you noticing why I'm still putting in fraction in the solution? Because we are preserving all the decimals. Because if we round up, then the resulting answer will be, there will be a discrepancy if we input it in the calculator directly. So that's why I'm using a fraction here. So future worth. Future worth is equal to present. So actually it is present plus I, or we will just use the formula because this is P I N. Therefore, okay, let's use. We'll just put here 1 plus I N. So F is equal to 10,000 times 1 plus 0.12 times 14 over 12. So future worth is now equal to the principal plus the interest is now equal to 11,400 pesos. So that is for number 3. Number 4, a broadband service company borrowed 2 million pesos for new equipment and repaid the loan in the amount of 2.5 million pesos after 1 year. What was the interest rate on the loan? So again, let's put here the given. So a company borrowed 2 million pesos and it paid 2.5 million pesos after 1 year. So obviously, our present worth here is 2 million pesos. The future worth is 2.5 million pesos for the span of 1 year. What it is looking for is the interest rate. So we will just use again the formula. F is equal to P1 plus IN, given 2.5 million here, or let's just put in the whole number. Okay. Then we have here 2 million pesos times 1 plus, it's looking for I, and then we have here 1 year. Okay, so I now here is equal to 25%. So the answer is actually 0.25. Then we will just multiply it with 100. It is equal to 25%. So that is for number 4. Okay, for the last number, 5. Last year, Jane's grandmother offered to put enough money into a savings account to generate 1,000 pesos this year to help Jane's expenses. Calculate the amount that had to be deposited exactly 1 year ago to earn 1,000 pesos interest now, if the rate of return is 6% per year. Okay? So, it's talking about the generating 1,000 pesos. What is this 1,000 pesos here? Is it the future worth or the interest? Of course, if we put here given, so the obvious given here is I is equal to the 6%, or that is 0.06. And the number of years, the span of year is 1 year. So in 1 year, there will be something generated that is 1,000 pesos. So what is that 1,000 pesos? And what is being asked? So it says there, the grandmother has put a money into savings account to produce 1,000 pesos this year. The word produce here, or the word generate here, actually talks about the interest that has been gathered from the initial deposit. So here we have the interest. So the amount that the grandmother deposited has an interest of 1,000 pesos, and the problem is actually asking for the initial deposit, which is the present worth. Again, we have our formula. I is equal to PIN, since I is given. So we have there 1,000 pesos is equal to P times 0.06 times N is 1. So P here is equal to 16,666.67 pesos. So this is the amount that the grandmother will deposit in order to earn or to produce 1,000 pesos in 1 year, giving an interest rate of 6% per year. Okay, so that is for simple interest. The next video will be the compound interest.